listening to like J-Lo all night. Oh, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Well, I titled this video, um, well, it says something about Me Too, but as you can see, it's dark. So the power is currently out, and that also means the Wi-Fi is out, and I have data. AT&T is shit, but I'm going to tell a long story, so that's why that says it's coming soon. Coming soon, and it's probably going to be sometime tonight, probably some late ungodly hour. But going to get to the well, not get to the bottom. I'm going to there's going to be some origins revealed in um, the telling of the Me Too. And it's all going to begin where um, when I started work at Target. And when I did start work at Target, it was 1997. I was probably 18, and I was very, very, very shy, extremely shy, like I have always been. And I didn't know anyone. And then I had made friends. But to tell the story completely, it needs to be told from um, I'll start it as when I started work at Target. I was hired in October, and I was going to be seasonal help. And so I went in there really early, but at the time, early was 5 in the morning. And there's just going to be a little warm up of some characters when my first day of work, because um, I drove, but I didn't have my own car. But so my dad took me to Target, and it was really cold. And I remember when I got there, it was um, still the people who were going into work were waiting in their cars because the boss had not got there yet to let everyone in. And I remember being like very nervous and just very nervous. And there was this person, her name, I'm going to say what her name is, Heather. And the first thing I heard her say was, and in this voice, I gotta buy maxi pads today. And that always stood out in my mind. So, I started work. I was on the truck unloading team, and the loading up shit in the morning. And my first, I was trained by Kathy O'Brien. She showed me, and then it was Mary Madrano. Madrano up in that bitch. And so I was with them in HBA for like my first um, morning, and that's how I learned the shit. And besides being very quiet, like very quiet, um, there was the person who I heard say about the maxi pads. She was on the backstocking team on the other side of the store, and so I saw her later when it was lunchtime, and then this was maybe some days into it. There was two other girls, and they were talking to me and saying that Heather um, had a crush on me, so something like that. And she gave me this little note, and I still have it. It's in with like old letters and shit like that. But she said it said something about my co-workers are talking about um, um, me to you, and she said that that I seem cool, and she would like to get to know me and be my friend. So that was my first friend at Target, and um, that's that's the very beginning of Target. And so I got stayed stayed on to be more than Christmas help, and I was in charge after the truck unloading all that shit. Then I was in charge of the trash and the cardboard, and I did that shit for a whole year to where I was the one who, when everyone would take their boxes and trash back, I did the made the bale shit and did all that for a fucking year. I hated it. It sucked, but I was um still really quiet. And at lunch, I sat by myself. But I had would start. I became friends with the Heather character, and she wasn't the nicest person. She could be pretty rude and say some mean things, and she had hurt my feelings on like more than one occasion, and because she was, and at the time she loved Manson. She would put her there, but she was a novice fan because at when Dope Show came out, which wasn't that long, she was already. Let me just say, I know to this day that she was had Beyonce in her iTunes, something like that. But I remember because also I'm this story will be very candid and lots of trigger warnings and shit like that. But I was quiet, straight at the time, a virgin, and a very um, didn't have any much friends. And there was this one time I was talking about, I don't know, there was some girl or something, and this was right at lunchtime, and this bitch said, "You're always talking about this, and you did." And she just said a bunch of mean shit, and said she didn't want to hear me complain about anything anymore if I wasn't going to go and ask someone out. And let me say this, she was not. On the inside, was not pretty, and the outside matched. Totally. She was not a hot babe. And then at the time, there was some people that joined our team from other departments. And one of them was, um, well, he was a cart attendant, like pre, because he had worked there um, for a few years before that. And that Heather bitch, she, I think, had been there 6 or 3 months before I started. Around that, I think. But then when there's these new people that come to the team, she has now switched to our team or my team. And then the one dude who was now on our team, they were now boyfriend and girlfriend. And um, the guy has been talked about in many things. He is the my um, music related was my producer. So you see, it started when that he was now friends with, oh wait, in a relationship with um, this that bitch. And so that's how we became friends. And this I don't I would need to stay like on a track to where I'm not jumping ahead and confusing everyone, but that's how the people, the friends I had were at Target. And at the time, I was still doing the fucking trash, and those two really kissed the boss's ass. So they would always end up getting to do whatever departments they wanted to do. And so and it came to where I would go and hang out. I'd go hang out with her, and he would be at his rehearsal and shit. And that was where we would watch like movies or shit like that. And be that was my friend. And so there was this one time, And let me say, she wasn't very nice to her boyfriend. I had been there many times when she would be just we were in the car once, and she was singing, and then he started to sing, and then she, stop singing, I don't like it when you harmonize with me, and just was really acting like an asshole for no reason. And one time we went to Ontario Mills, and at the time I got a CD's single. It was the Justify My Love single that I hadn't had that, and it had the Beast Within remix, and I wanted to hear it. And in the car, there was a disc man. I said, "Can we listen to this?" And she said, "No." So that just shows that she wasn't the nicest. And if she didn't eat at the right time, she was gonna get a headache and but so it I would she would say that I was her best friend, but best friends, you don't think they're supposed to say hurtful things or be mean and all that. So I'm going to like bring this to a short close and start it again later on when the Wi-Fi's on, so I can really go digging. But I had I wasn't as quiet as I first was, and I was a late bloomer, yeah. So um, when I knew that I was not straight, that was it was in 1998, and I was that was a big deal. But the before the Me Too happened, um, the bitch, my friend, outed me at Target, and so talk about me at Target and my lifestyle that was brought up at fucking meetings with the whole team was that was the beginning of being called and addressed as faggot, cocksucker, queer bait, um, queer, and just from one person who would say that all the time, who was like the supposed to be, he was my friend too, but um, people should not. And that's when I would be in my working when he come out, hey, queer, cocksucker, queer bait, and that went on for like the longest time, and I just I let people talk to me like that. And then there was I'm not sure what the year was, but a new a team member had started work, and she worked on the backstocking team. We will call her, for anonymity, Jamie Lynn. And she had was really nice and really cool. And she didn't think it was very cool that I was referred to as faggot and cocksucker and just that all the time. So that was when she like had started to work and became my friend. That was when I no, that's not right to be called shit like that. And then at the time, it was um, they've grown to where there were other people in the team. There was a little joke that they would make, rolling, 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 and then say my name. His asshole swollen. It was just this shit like that that I didn't think was funny. That was constant and every day. And I had went to my boss and said that I'm being there's people saying stuff that's not cool and not right. And since I was a friend with one of the people who was the biggest, one of the most brazen, because not everyone would say the hey, queer cocksucker, just like um, but that was my friend. So and I remember I had spoke to him, and he said something about that he knew that I had a meeting with the boss, and he says, "Well, you know, I talk about it's like yeah, but so that's the beginning of the Me Too, and nobody got in trouble or told anything, and but this the story gets very disturbing, and the it's just weird that um, people who you would call your friend and stuff that you'll allow people to say, but um, it gets very disturbing. It gets straight out pretty sick. And then if you flash over 20 years to currently, right now, this day, the people who are friends would fucking blow your mind. And but anyways, so the two friends that were to get together were I'm jumping way too quick, but anyways, I gotta give because I don't I won't- he went I called him not like his name, but that's I don't even want to refer to that because that was someone who I thought was cool, and that's someone who's your friend isn't gonna be like that. So from the get go, if someone is disrespectful, that's that's not a friend, and um, when that friend has the hots for the new friend, the Jamie Lynn friend, now I think so. You really wanted to get to know her more, and then that came to be because she thought he was cute. And she was with someone in a relationship, I might add also. I was single, but I think you can pick up where I'm going with this. So, and when I came out, I didn't come out. I came out. I exploded. Next thing, I was all around. I was flashing my ass around town, but this is the before social media, and because if back in those days, those early days when we'd go to the club, um, there was no. If there were cell phones, they were like this big, and nothing had any kind of. You can take a video. If something took a video, it needed to be a like what are they called? The little video cameras. I forgot what they're called. They had there was this is something, but there wasn't cell phones, no social media, so there those days of like the going out to the club and all that. There was, and there is video footage, but let me say, I did not give any written approval to be videoed. So if there's ever any footage that comes about, so you won't see any. But that is a good thing though, because there were some sloppy times. The being on in the parking lot in front of the club on all floors barfing, that's not a good look. But I'm gonna let this settle in before I continue with the next phase of these friendships. But like I said, the truth is to be revealed, and it's my truth, and I'm trans. I've always been fucking transparent and said I'm not someone that makes up shit. I don't lie. I don't steal. I never stole anything from Target, and not everyone was like that. So, yes, and and the Target that I worked at the time, where its location is, it was the on the side of the street it was, or the side of the block it was on. It was the only business, and then it was all fields and nothing else. And on the other side of the street there was a Denny's, a McDonald's, a gas station, and houses. Now there it there there's shit everywhere. There's no fields anymore. So it would be kind of scary because sometimes we'd have to be at work at 3 in the morning to be when we go into the parking lot, and the lights in the parking lot would all be off still, and then waiting for the boss to come because there was nothing else out there, and it was dark as shit. So that was damn, that was a long time ago. But the I always did stay on the team of the truck unloading team, and and I did get that's all of the variables in this story, to even my um before I got canned. And when I got canned, um I worked my full shift, and then they called me into the TSC and I was canned. I'll tell the um, details on that too. But so if you found any of this interesting, or you wanna know, I will be doing this once the Wi-Fi is on and I can like be free to babble about going on. And but there's gonna be revelations that are told, things that have been known, like weren't a secret, but they haven't been said. And that's why I'm bringing it out to the light to say this is me now. Yes, and what a real friend is, and what a straight up whack bitch is, and what someone who's real is. Anyways, check this out. Because it's all dark, you see how it's all dark? The power is all out. And there's people, workers across the street that are going up with these in that crane shit to do shit. And the lights are supposed to be off until I think two in the morning. So and that means no. If I want to watch a movie, like one that is on a DVD, I'm fucked. Anyways, I'm gonna go. I'm not really going anywhere, but I'm gonna push the little X at the corner of the screen now. Bye.